connect.
Assalamualaikum. Semua dah dengar?
Waalaikumsalam doktor.
Waalaikumsalam doktor.
Okay. You can hear me clearly, ya?
Boleh doktor.
Boleh.
Okay. Because my Microsoft team ni dia always conflict the email with our email at UiTM and also with the previous email at Salam. There were two email. So dia a little bit confused. Okay. So let's begin with research methodology, ya. Okay, let me put the slide first. Okay, I have uploaded the slide. Azan lah, tunggu habis azan sekejap ya. Okay. Are you ready for class today? Okay, let's see the attendance. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I want to see attendance first. I can see here 23. So 22 of you in the class. Mana lagi yang lain ni? This is important for research methods. You need to know the research. Saya tutup lah kot ni. I just come back from KL actually. Meet with one of our industry partner to give a workshop, to give a transfer of technology to the industry. So okay. Right. Amirul Hakimi, where is others? Tak tahu. Mentang-mentang kelas FIP semua tak nak masuk Okay, nanti please letak attendance Saya I look at 23 je yang hadir, jangan pula dalam ni kita ada banyak pula kan nama. So kena betul put the attendance ni. Okay. Okay, it's okay. Let's begin. Let me make bigger. Okay, so our lesson today is on research methodology. On research methodology, which is we need to complete our proposal for chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3. So basically, what is research methodology? Research methodology, as we know that it is like steps or phases that you want to do for project or your research. So you need to have several steps to do for your research. Okay, before I start with that, I think I would like to share a bit about, to just recap about your research objective. Okay, research objective. Research objective. Okay, before we go further about the research methodology. Okay, so when you do your chapter 1, in chapter 1, you have the research objective, right? You have the, okay, before research objective, you develop your problem background or research background. So you want the reader to understand what you want to do. Okay, what is actually happening, and then you lead to problem statement. Okay, problem statement to see what is the problem that you need to solve. Okay, for your project, and then after that you write the research question, because from problem statement you write up your research question, which is you ask that how to solve, how to solve that problem, what happened right now, what is the current, you need to dig more detail. Okay, what you need to dig more detail, it is in research question, and what step or what action that need to do for the problem. Okay, I hope everyone clear about that, the problem background, then you have problem statement and also research questions. Now, when you have a research question, you develop your research objective, right? Okay, as you know that research objective is something that can measure. Okay, research objective is something that can measure. Research objective, we need to come up with something that can measure. Okay, meaning that you need to have an output for that, right? And then it's not just measurement. You look at the measurement, but you need to have a steps. Okay, you need to have a steps or several steps. I put here several steps. Okay, for each objective. So you need to have several step for each objective. Okay, let me have an example of objective. Can someone share me your objective? Amirul Hakim, you have your objective. Can you share here? Just mention to me your objective so that I would want to relate with the research methodology later. You want to share? Amirul? Siapa boleh share?
To develop an API.
What? Tengok. My Microsoft team is very jap. Oh. Okay, siapa tu? Adha Kamaru Adha.
Ya, saya.
Okay, Kamaru, can you siapa yang bagi objektif tadi?
Saya.
I can't hear actually. No. Okay. Please, can you tell me your objective? The first one.
To develop an API.
I would like to to I can hear you. Can you write in the chat box? Write in the chat box. Okay, ni Natasha. Okay. Natasha ni bagi tahu lah the right box. Saya very hard for me to go back to chat box.
Saya
Okay,
tunggu
it's
Kamal
okay.
tadi. Sebab Kamal tengah bercakap.
Okay. Alright. Saya copy Natasha punya. Macam mana dia tak copy kan? Sekejap I copy you punya. I don't know why. Let me copy again. Okay. This template is actually in white. Let's look at this Natasha punya objective. Okay, this is example lah. Kamaru Adha, after this, look at you punya objective. Okay, let's say you have this objective. Alright, number 1 is to identify. Number 2,
Doktor, saya rasa doktor punya screen tengah freeze. Macam tak ada apa-apa beza. Cursor pun tak bergerak. Screen doktor tak tahu. Mungkin saya juga.
Saya ada wifi lah.
Iqbal okey Iqbal?
Tak pun, dia tak gerak madam.
Tak gerak.
Apa?
Saya rasa dia freeze.
Alamak.
Saya pun nampak dia freeze je.
Dia macam kena the wall.
What?
Dia freeze.
Dah petang ni
Mungkin doktor
I'm
boleh
fine,
stop
you can see or not?
sharing.
Tak warna.
Sharing balik kot.
Now you can see the screen or not? Tak ada langsung, zero.
Sekarang zero.
Okay, yeah. Now, about now?
Tengah loading lagi.
Oh, okay. Let me on my I buka ni juga hotspot. Ada hotspot. Now okay?
Saya tak nampak apa-apa lagi.
Bahaya. Ha? Now okay? Alah, tajuk. Alamak, kenapa ya? This is first time happen macam ni. Now saya dah guna saya punya, kalau if internet problem then I use my hotspot already. Kalau if there is a problem with that. So you can see anak itu kan? Apa yang you dapat? What you can see right now?
Doktor tak share screen apa-apa pun.
Okay, tak share pula. Okay. Now?
Black screen. Macam tak ada loading apa-apa pun.
Alamak, macam mana
Saya rasa Microsoft Team tengah problem ni. Mungkin kena keluar masuk balik kot. Kamara kata rejoin the session.
Alamak, I kena rejoin
Saya rasa mungkin lah.
Okay, now okay. Better?
Now okay. Dah nampak dah.
Ni lah daripada tadi I punya, tapi the ID is correct already, and you know I actually don't understand what is happening behind the scene. But it's okay if you can see right now. We can proceed, yeah. Alright, so now Natasha, this is your objective, okay, to identify the criteria of scammers, to develop a classification for phone number scammer, and to analyze a classification. To develop a classification, to analyze a classification. Objektif ni kalau saya nak minta betulkan lagi sikit lah, kan?
Nanti tambah sikit.
Apa benda classification apa?
Betul.
Analyze apa?
Supervisor saya cakap itu nanti kita refine bila ada more info nanti.
Okay, tak apa. Sekarang ni we want to look into the research methodology, right? So if I look at this, it's more on classification model, right? Classification model. You are looking at the classification model. So your main aim is on classification model. Okay? Betul? The main aim, okay, the main aim of the project is to produce ataupun to develop a classification model. So when we look at this classification model. So when you look at this development of classification model, then we can look into the how the development should be. Okay? So we must be, because each of the all objective you need a steps. Okay, remember there's several steps to do for each objective. So how you want to perform that? The first part is you need to look what are the general things that you need. What is the main focus? So this one, for the focus is on development of classification model. So when we look at the objective number 1, let's move on number 1. There must be a steps here. There must be a step to perform number 1. In order for you to get the aim of the project, right? There are several steps here. Depends lah, 1, 2, or 3 or 4 steps. So each of these objective it must have several steps to perform. Okay, clear?
Clear tu.
So ada semua sama orang lain when you have ni. I give later we will go detail to look into what are the steps. Yeah. Okay. Before I will go detail on this, but before that I want to show you something lah before we proceed with details. Alright. So I give example here on the data analytics. Okay. Data analytics. Analytic perspective. So I believe that you are familiar with this. Betul? You are familiar with this. I'm not asking you. Okay, yang ni I kena edit sebab student banyak ambil benda ni just letak in the proposal. Okay. I need to put something here. This part. This part ni kena be aware, kena be careful. Okay, this part. Okay, normally if you are doing
kau nak apa tu? Kau nak spacekan yang di antara sini dengan sini je kan?
This is example of steps. This is example of steps that you can do, right? Right? Clear about that? When I mention this is like kalau if you on data tracks kan, normally you belajar this part kan, all the business understanding, analytic approach, data requirement, data collection, data understanding, data preparation, modeling and evaluation, deployment.
So kau highlight kan,
But when you go for your project,
kau highlight kan yang di antara intro dengan this chapter tu.
Make sure that which steps
so
that
kau
you use.
pergi kat spacing.
Okay, which step that you use. Okay. For instance,
buat
business understanding. Okay, I would like to ask Natasha. Natasha, if you want to do this objective, quantify model, are you going to go detail to do this business understanding?
Yeah. Saya akan.
What is
mantap tu, aku tak buat kita buat content tu.
My steps will be dekat Truecaller tu saya akan tengok what data yang dia pamerkan.
Check letak manual.
Look at the business understanding with the company?
Tak, saya akan tengok dekat dia punya apps je.
So be aware of using business understanding. Sebab I bukan apa I highlight ni sebab I don't want nanti ramai yang pergi letak benda ni, you know. Just letak je, I do this, you do this, but you are not actually
banyaklah kau buat.
Okay, so be aware about this. Biasanya tak perlu pun letak. Okay, and then after that, this is more on gathering information, right? This part. Please ensure that betul-betul if you deal with the business industry,
okay so tak apa, kejap je kau buat, kau pandai
and pick up and
kau tulis ni kejap
you know, then gather information probably okay, but if you are not
aku
doing
baru
that,
3
please
page
do not put this thing as one of the methods of this step. Sebab you tak pergi pun, betul tak? You ambil data dari internet.
Tak. Okay, saya tak buat.
Tak, saya tak cakap awak, orang lain pun sama. Saya tak cakap tak semua orang, for all students, please do not do these steps. No. Depends on your nature of your project. Okay?
Asal hari tu pendek yang ni panjang.
Normally data requirements, okay. Kan?
Asal yang hari tu pendek kena buat 5 minggu, yang ni panjang kena buat 2 minggu je.
Data collection sometimes kan. So please choose whatever it is related to your work later. Okay? Data collection, data understanding, data preparation, modeling. This is normal lah. Data collection. Sometimes data collection pun not much. Depends on data. If you go there and collect primary data. Primary data means
tu.
original data. Kan? Original data maksudnya there is non-exist data yet.
Fokus
Then you collect it. Then you can put data collection. If not, you just acquire that data je. You ambil je data tu. You are not go to the field and collect data. Okay. So and then data preparation. This I just want to highlight. Okay. Another one is the normally when if you are in data analytic tracks, normally you are performing evaluation, or if you are using optimization solution, also you on machine and machine kan. So you evaluate that one with certain parameter. That one is okay. But student dia suka letak ni deployment, so more suka deployment. Sebab ada dalam ni dia kan deployment. What does it by deployment?
Sikit.
Yeah.
Sikit.
Dah
Tadi tak dengar suara
pula.
tu. Yalah.
Lama tak dekat mana? Dekat evaluation?
Tak, yang deployment feedback ni. Evaluation pun tak berapa nak dengar sangat tadi.
Okay, evaluation tu normally we do lah. Evaluation because you have model and you evaluate. Nanti tolong makna saya if you cannot hear me. Sebab this is important tau. Saya takut miss. Okay, so for the deployment, it is actually deployment ni adalah deployment is the complete system that you want to tak boleh dah? Alah. Boleh? Alah, tak tahu lah saya ni pun. Sometimes jarang berlaku ni. Complete system or complete system or model you complete. I mean the validate the model. Validate model, then you want to deploy. You want to deploy. Deploy mean you want to deploy into organization, meaning that you nak utilize organization or the company or any
head.
or any stakeholder mean who actually ask you to do the work lah, kan? So dia complete dah.
Can't sleep
Yeah,
'cause I'm way too best. Too late now, you're in my blood.
System
Don't hide the way you
deploy.
keep me up.
Are you going to do this? I'm asking. Let's say you do your final year project kan? Are you going to deploy to the company? What do you think?
I'm not thinking straight.
Kan? Sebab itulah when ni saya bagi tahu awal-awal lagi, saya tak nak tengok semesta ni ada bubuh benda-benda inilah yang tak perlu. Because deployment ni kita dah nak deploy. Okay, company nah ni you can use the system that I develop. Kan? I think we are not going to do that lah. If there is, probably rare lah kan. Normally-nya, generalnya tak sempat lah kan. You are going to develop system dulu, kasih siap and everything. A lot of thing we need to do if we want to deploy, because the model, the system that you develop, it must be validated. It must be validated lah kan. Mesti tested and validated by that stakeholder or that company. Also go to the feedback. Okay. So I start with this to give you idea. Now, if you have a modeling, then you want to classify or use a machine learning to come up with model, you have the idea like this, and not to do what you need for you not to do. Okay, can you understand this? Okay.
Sunrise but
So
I'm never
when
young.
we
The
go
world
back
just
to here,
speaking time. You left
objective
me
ni,
on my
alright.
city
When we
march
go
up
back to this
urge.
objective,
Your
the steps ni,
touch
we
blur
must
my vision.
consider that
Your
the
world I'm just
step
eating even
the
sober.
step
I'm
that
just
you do
thinking straight.
only. The step
Cause
that
I'm
you do
off
only,
my face.
not
In
the
love
step that
with
you will not possible to do,
my
like
head.
the
I
deployment,
went to you
probably business
and I don't know
understanding,
how
nak
to do it.
pergi buat.
But I'm
Even
falling
kalau
for it.
go to interview pun, are you going to do business understanding actually? Probably mungkin you nak interview, go to interview to
Can't
asking
sleep
je,
cause I'm way
interview
too
je kan, very
buzzed.
simple
Too
thing. It's
late
not
now,
detail
you're
about the
my
business
blood.
understanding,
Don't
just a
hide
little
the way
bit.
you
Itu
keep
kena
me
find the
up.
correct word for the step. Probably interview
Your
kan,
touch blew my
interview
vision.
session.
It's your world
Because
I'm
interview
just
ni pun,
eating.
if you are in
I'm
statistic
not
kan, interview
thinking
is very big thing sebenarnya.
straight.
Kan.
I'm on my
Okay,
face.
yang tu kita we will look into the suitability lah later. Okay, if you have a question, please ask. Yeah. So this is a general my feedback on previously I commented lah from student kalau dah ada deployment semua ni. We mention lah this one kan. So I hope this semester you already clear about this deployment part, yeah. Especially to those who are doing data science, data analytics or big data analytics. Okay, let's move on. This is a general thing that I would like to share with you. I believe that you are doing this in your class for data analytics or any other class. Alright, so now you have this. This is just a waking up to look into what are the possible milestone or possible things that you can do with this data analytics ni. Okay? You will have the data source and you have the steps here. Okay, cleaning, kan, entity resolution, imputation if you have natural, you are probably guna natural language processing, kan. This is possible. Depends on your, don't just ambil benda ni dan copy to your research method. No, that is not like that. Bukan. You cannot do just copy any okay, my data I have text document and I use this. No, you have to have your from the previous work to see what is the steps. But this is the to look into prospect that you can do, right? So you do the data analysis, but how you do the data analysis? Looking at the model, kan? You have the descriptive model, predictive model, prescriptive model. Okay, normally in your let me okay, this one normally you all punya part normal lah. What I can see from final year project, normally these are the methods or the solution that you want to do. For instance, just now Natasha, she want to do the classification, kan? So when you do the classification, what are the possible result that you can do? Okay, for Natasha, I think model kan, you want to come up with model, right? And what type of model that you want to do? Because classification, there are a lot of model, many models actually kan. So it will be based on your literature. That's why literature tu, if you look at the literature table, you know that which one that you want to do, you to start with. Okay, let's say classification, you kata, I want to use let's say support vector,
SVM.
for example. So let's say you want to use SVM, then suppose you go to detail to the article and look at what are the steps for the SVM. Okay, the step in for the SVM, dia nak perlu apa, data yang macam mana kan. Betul? Before you do SVM, you need to pre-process and everything. Tu semua step lah. Okay, that's why let's say you kata you want to do SVM, and then kat sini to develop classification ni you relate tu lah dengan SVM. How SVM perform. If there is a need for pre-processing the data, you need to put in. Okay, alright. The first one ni is on data preparation lah. Actually betul.
Betul.
You can see or not, maksudnya each of the step ni there will be a deliverable. I think I buat macam ni dulu. Nanti after this I will show example in the table so that you can see SVM. So kat sini you are looking at the SVM steps. SVM steps kan. SVM steps ni there are two. Number one is the data dulu prepare. Okay, data preparation. And number two is the model itself development kan. But ini macam ni to pre-process depends on data tau. I give example ni to pre-process data set of apa kan. Sebab if data pre-processing is very meaning that you need to probably you can have the one objective processing, but sometimes data is simple, maybe almost nice data. Alamak.
Dah dengar balik dah.
Okay, to pre-process data set ni is it will depend on your work. If a lot of things that you need to do, many steps for the data pre-processing, then you need to put the several steps. Kalau tak ada step, macam dua je step, probably tak perlu pun nak buat satu objektif, betul tak? A very simple one, just run a few lines of code, then you already okay with the data, kan? So please, yang ni you have to look into lah based on nature of data. Alright, ni optional lah. I'm not looking at your work, but I cannot say whether it is supposed to be here or not. Okay, so and then the third one is classify the model. Of course, you need to look into the step for the SVM. Step for the SVM. Okay, and then to analyze ni pun ada step dia lah. You need to look into the what performance to look at kan, accuracy ke, the confusion matrix ke apa tu. Okay, I hope everybody learn about the confusion matrix in your data tracks. Betul tak?
Betul.
Okay. So here you have, this is only example tau. Only example, it could be more. It could be depend on the methods or algorithm that you want to use. Don't be specific kan. This is example of data analytics. Okay, let's go into, okay, this one is very general to open up your mind. Open up your mind, what are the possible step. Okay, and then let's do one example here. This is one of the example research design or what are the steps of phases that they can do. Okay, the first one, okay, ni adalah step. This is arrow, you know, arrow. So the first one is information and knowledge acquisition. You need to go and find details about the issues, the problem. This is like establishment of chapter 1. Okay, chapter 1. This is more or like in chapter 1. You try to find the gap, the problem statement, so and then look at the possible data set, right? And then after that you do the data acquisition, data preparation or data pre-processing, depends on how is the name. Sometimes data preparation is very sikit. Tak perlu banyak pun. So mungkin tak perlu ada. Alright. Ataupun you ada satu lagi, maybe you ada feature extraction. So it will depend on how your steps. Feature extraction. Kenapa salah itu? Okay. Feature extraction. Something like that. Mungkin you can also pecah this feature extraction. If there is a big thing, then you can buat another step for the feature extraction. Kan? If besarlah benda tu. Sebab some of the process depends on your data. Kadang-kadang sometimes kita pun kat sini kita akan buat tu identify features. Ada juga possible. Kan? Natasha, this is not your objective. I just give example
Ya, faham dah tu, faham.
To extract a meaningful features contohnya. Tapi kalau you nak buat benda ni kena adalah step dia. Apa step yang you buat? Kalau setakat extract tu satu step saja, you tak buat apa-apa pun, you just run guna apa tu je, probably you boleh letak kat sini je. Absorb dalam ni if there is a simple one. If a big thing, then you can have your objective, because in objective ni, kalau in one objective you need to have several steps to do. And kata orang kata, you buat apa to get this objective? Kan, you must have a step, and you must have a measurable measure. You must know what is the output. Okay, you must know what is the output. Maksudnya kat sini feature ni apa? Lepas tu keluar, you will get the meaningful feature. That is the outcome. Kan? What are the features? Kan? Alright. And then, okay, this is data acquisition, pre-processing, or you can have the feature extraction if you need to do that. Sometimes if it is not in objective pun, it's okay. Tak semestinya this feature extraction in the objective. Kan? Depends ya. And then modeling, okay, modeling ni probably you develop a model. Okay, or you implement, or not implement lah, you develop model or design a model. Normally we put develop lah. So kat sini dia boleh buat, you can do, what you can do is design. If you need to design, okay, if not, you just construct the model. Okay, construct a model. Design and construct model. Okay, and then perform the model evaluation. Okay, any question before I proceed with another slide?
Doktor, kalau contohnya classification ni dia buat dia macam dia buat dua teknik, satu SVM, satu navigation contohnya. So dia kena repeatkan ke ataupun macam mana?
Oh, no need. Okay. If there is like that, so you can ambil, okay, SVM dengan naive bias ni almost similar je dia punya step tu. You need to do process and modeling. So modeling kat sini, construct model ni dua-dua lah. You have SVM and apa tadi, naive bias. So you boleh buat lah kat sini construct model, you buat lah kat sini SVM, okay, and naive bias. Ni contoh you have to have your own architecture later. This is example of general step, and then you kena ada detail dia dalam tu. Okay, ini tak perlu tulis kat sini pun sebenarnya, but you can have a detail nanti. Alright, boleh?
Boleh Doktor. Faham.
Okay, so let's move on to, okay, this is I share ni, this is based on this example lah ni kan. So I share here what you can do lah. Okay, what you can do. This is example. Okay, but okay, saya nak buang business understanding ni sebab kebanyakan student dia nak buat lah benda ni. Sebab saya rasa tak perlu pun saya buang kejap. I don't want make you confused. Benchmark data source ni boleh lah, but ni nak buat business understanding ni banyak cerita dia. Okay, series of interview survey, cuma perkataan business understanding ni kena nanti mungkin discuss dengan supervisor lah. Tak apalah, I biar kat sini dulu. Agreement of the project ni if you have normally tak ada lah. FIP biasanya tak perlu pun. Okay, this one I put in red so that kalau pernah berlaku probably ada lah kan. You see the activity literature survey ni chapter 1, chapter 2 lah ni. aktiviti dia. Okay, and then collaborator, stakeholder, benchmark. Okay, benchmark data source, sometimes you have a benchmark data source kan? No. This one blue. Possible. Kalau yang merah ni mungkin tak perlu pun. Okay, list of business requirement ni probably you kena buat it's okay to put business requirement. List of the requirement pun is okay. Okay, alright. So number 2 is data acquisition. You need to identify necessary data, content, format, and source of initial data. Identify available data resources on the problem domain. Dataset retrieval process. Okay, this is example lah. Alright, boleh? If you get data from survey ataupun you get data from, you acquire data from internet kan, UCI machine learning apa, you must mention lah. Tapi janganlah all this activity you nak letak. Please make sure that your activity to reflect, this activity here reflect to what you do. You tak boleh tak boleh lah nak cakap, oh I go to company and collect data, but you tak buat pun. So please set the steps or the activity based on what you are going to do. Okay, normally supervisor akan tahulah benda ni. Bila tu cuba buat dulu. Okay, let's say data set tu you dah tahu dah, oh I would like to have data set, to use data set from Kaggle kan. So tulis kat sini data set retrieval process ni, maksudnya you boleh tulis lah Kaggle kan. It is a benchmark data from Kaggle. Macam tu. So apa yang you dapat is the list of data set with a, let's say you ada kategori data set tu, they give you a category data. Let's say COVID-19 kan, COVID not COVID. So you tulislah data set of how many data set, total dia berapa, the total, and also the category of data set tu. Okay, COVID and non-COVID. The total data set ni. It's easy for you lah, kan? So this is the deliverable lah when you acquire that data. Okay, alright. So next, well, data preparation or data pre-processing. So depends. Sometimes people use data preparation. Sometimes they use kalau AI biasanya kita put data pre-processing lah. Okay, data. Sometimes they use apply visualization technique to understand data. Okay, ada juga yang few student yang buat use di Twitter. Normally they apply this visualization technique to see the data behavior. Okay, this is example. Not all of you must follow the same. If there is a need to do that, you can do, because that's why I put here additional. Depends on what you want to do. Okay, ada tak nak buat? If not, then please do not put, because the research methodology is the steps that you want to do only. Okay, the steps that you want to do only. Don't put the thing that you don't want to do or you are not going to do. Kan? Sebab of course lah, after this, bila final year project nanti, next semester, sometimes we refine a bit lah. Depends on, for now, for the proposal, normally, we base on what you are going to do. Kan? Sometimes, but it must be okay lah. It's not just, oh tak apalah, I nak buat macam ni. Yeah, but it must be valid lah. It must be valid. It must be valid. Not just simply letak je. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay. Now data preparation lagi. Next. Ni continue. So the you can do data cleaning, data transformation. Depends lah. On your data. Kan. Sometimes data nice already. Let's say COVID-19 kan contohnya. Do you need to do some kind of data preprocessing to process data, to do data normalization or any generalization to that data kan? Normally if data daripada internet ni, biasanya kita buat this one lah, normalization. Kan, depends lah. Okay, this is also based on, I just list here what can be done, and depends on your data. Okay, now modeling. Okay, modeling ni you can put lah analytic approach. What are the analytic approach that you want to do? Kan? You want to go for classification, clustering kan? And then selection of suitable method. So kat sini you need a method apa? Let's say Natasha just now mentioned that she want to do SVM. So you kena letaklah SVM selection method here. Okay? You are doing classification kan? This is example of classification. Kalau we do other things, then we need to put our lain lah. Okay, let's say you are not going to do modeling, but you kata I tak buat model ni, I buat AI intelligent system development. I mean you buat sistem, katakan you buat sistem ataupun you construct sistem, develop sistem dalam bentuk sistem. You kata model tu you just use the model and bake je kan. So it is about development of system, of intelligent system or of optimizer ke apa kan. But if you are doing the model, you boleh buatlah modeling macam ni ataupun construct model. Okay, development of system dan buat sistem. Right, then okay, ni continue construct analytic. Ni ada pun. Okay, dia bersambung kan. Tadi baru determine the approach and then construct analytic model. So it will depend on your method lah kat sini. And then you need to put the tools. This example of table you can put in your proposal. Kena letak dalam proposal table ni. Senang kita nak tengok because dia ada phases, activity, sources and deliverable. Okay, so deliverable ni we know lah. Okay, let's say here modeling construct kan. So what is the output? The analytic model ataupun you have model you sendiri. Let's say you Natasha, what is your model? Classification model.
Classification SPM.
No, your model.
Bukan. Oh, my model classification model.
No. For scammer.
Oh, for scammer. Okay.
Kan macam tu. Okay, maksudnya tak, ni ultimate model ni general lah, settle lah kan. So you punya deliverable adalah ni yang you nak keluarkan, betul tak? And then you ada kesimpulan model lah, maksudnya you guna SVM and also negative bias. Okay? Saya akan masuk flowchart semua lah, the step. Nanti ada each of this section ni, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 ni, you need to explain in your research method. Every of this you need to explain. Okay? Remember tu, please ni kena ingat tu. Kena explain. Right? And then after you have model, of course you need to evaluate normally So you need to perform the training and testing. Ataupun kat sini in let's say if you use CNN, dia ada training and validation. Let's say you use CNN, there will be a training and validation. Right? So you have resources, training set, data sets. Masa dekat preparation tadi, kat atas ni, you have a data source lah, data set kan. So you divide that data set lah, the steps tu, kena divide data set to be prepared for evaluation. So you have training and testing data set and you look at the performance of model. Okay, and then determine which one is the best model. If you do two types of model, SVM nice bias, probably you can have a model lah, which is the best model. So, okay, normally performance you can have confusion metric, area under curve or region of interest. Okay, confusion metric biasanya confusion metric lah student selalu pakai, and also graph. Okay, accuracy and also lost. Alright. Okay, now ni additional diagram je saya letak. I don't want to explain this. Okay. How about this one? Ni supervised learning. This is one of the macam diagram lah. If you use supervised learning, you can have this, something like this. Betul tak? You have data, you have feature vector, and you do the machine learning. And then when this is a training, this is a testing. So you have a predictive model, then you test. Example. Okay, another example is sentiment analysis framework. Okay. Saya tak letak source lah kat sini, ada source dia ni. Ni contoh. Okay, dia buat macam mana data. So data set, and then these two original data set, mixed data set, and then they remove 90% positive and imbalance. Ni very complex sikit lah dia punya ni kan. But if that one, you can look at this example. This is example of smoking sentiment. Okay. You have sentiment analysis engine. You have this is overall system architecture lah. You have the Twitter and sentiment analysis engine. What you want to do? Sentiment and stratification. Result illustrated on dashboard. Okay. Sorry. Dia start dari sini The data masuk and then user input, do the web scraping, pre-processing, feature selection, sentiment classification, and result illustrated in dashboard. This is the overall system architecture that you can develop. This is example lah. Okay. So in the research methodology, this system architecture you need to explain dekat mana? Dekat this modeling. The design part of the system. Okay, design part of the system. So that is the system architecture. System architecture. Okay, I would like to highlight here. System architecture is different because it's how a user can look at your system. How is the system flow, kan? But research method is the step that you want to do. Of course dalam research method macam ada kat sini kan. But dalam research method tak ada user ni. Tak ada dashboard ni kan. I mean the display part. How we demonstrate it lah. Okay. Of course data set is there. Right. But in terms of the flow of activity. But this one more on how we see the overall picture of the system that you want to develop. Okay. So this is another example of the machine learning workflow. Ini example lah, you can look at this. So it is again, it is based on your creativity. Creativity, yeah. Okay. Based on that, okay, this is another example. Sound event detection of wildlife. This is another example lah. Data collection, you have phase 1. Feature analysis and audio classification. This is my student work lah previously. Ni projek saya pun sebenarnya data collection, feature extraction, feature analysis, audio classification kan. You can do like this. And then when you have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, you can explain like this for each phases. Buat macam ni for each phases. Okay? Ni example dia data collection. So put in detail in the table like this, data collection. And then put in details put in the details about this. This is only general lah to look into ni kan. But it is good when you have this phase 1, you pick up the phase 1 and put in the table like this. Okay, phase 1 put in table like this. Okay, you can mix lah. So you have phase 1 activity, sources and deliverables. Even there is an example, another example, we put the objective, okay, objective in front, so that we know that which activity or which phases, which objective. Okay, I also put example here. Okay, this is the example of smoking to determine a suitable mining method. So these are the objective and what to do. Okay, and then to analyze the smoking sentiment. So this is the step for the data pre-processing. Example. Okay, develop a tool. Okay, so you have a system architecture, design, system development. Okay, ni example of smoking. This is a very good example lah. Because they're linking up. Okay, so this is a general one just now. Okay, other question? This is a very okay lah if you want to follow something like this. Yeah. Question, please. What do you think now?
Let me show you got that chip. Side step right left to my hip. Get it, let it roll.
Is it okay for you?
Let it get it roll.
Oh now saya okey lagi.
No eyes on the right and the right sky. Got that right body and the
Saya
right
ada
mind.
Dah
soalan.
just dulu kan?
Got right
Okay.
body, got the right mind. Really up to the party, got the right vibe.
Hello.
Move like Bala.
Actually saya
High
nak kena.
step. Put
Ya,
the
ya, ya,
pull
yes.
up and
Oh,
lay low.
soalan saya untuk
Ya, ya.
yang
Bass low.
bahagian
Sunny right behind
metodologi
you.
ni,
So, let's go.
kita ada buat, so kena buat diagram tu semua, termasuk dengan table tu. Lepas tu kita kena explain lah dalam
Yeah.
form of
Each of the table ni you need to explain, yeah. Each of the table ni you need to explain. Kalau this is one way of doing it lah. Normally kita akan buat macam ni lah. Senang kan. You buat satu ni you explain. You buat satu ni you explain. Okay? Boleh?
boleh? Tapi kena include semua ke macam yang diagram macam flow tu kena ada ke dia optional je?
Ada lah, barulah senang nak baca. The first one, dia macam ni. Okay, mari saya tunjuk sikit. Okay, contoh this one. Phase 1, phase 2. It's good to have this so that you have a summary. Kan? But not detail kan? Ini phase 1 data
betul,
collection. And then lepas tu you can have this to have your details of the objective phases activities and deliverables. So bila orang tengok in general, oh, you are doing the phase 1, this one, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. And then, bila detail dia, you boleh mention lah, oh, phase 1, ni phase 1. Kena mention lah kat sini nanti, phase 1 adalah ni, oh, your activity is this and your outcome, your outcome is this. Kan? Phase 2, data collection, kan, your outcome, apa. Kan? Tapi dia kena match lah. Kan dia kena match. That's why when you do literature, that's why I memang nak tengok your literature tu, sebab literature tu will give you the idea on what next kan. But I believe that if you are doing the more similar like this, then dia not really maksudnya you get the idea lah from here. Yeah? Okay. So dia yang ni depends on your step nanti. Are you going to do system development? Some science student dia tak buat apa system development, dia buat model je. Kan? Depend on what is your that is why I always look at the objective. Macam kat sini Natasha dia tak buat pun development of the system. Kalau dia buat satu lagi objektif, katakan tak boleh lah banyak sangat kan. Depends on your focus juga. And then if you have the system development, then kat sini mungkin you develop a system lah. Kan, sistem apa? Optimizer ke sistem apa? Fuzzing system ke whatever. Sistem lah. So in the objective and also research method, you have to match it. Betul tak? You have to match. Because here you see the objective kan. Kena match lah dengan what are the steps and what are the deliverable for the objective. You see or not the clear picture about that? Okay?
I see now. Okay. Thank you.
Kan? Alright. So hopefully everyone can understand like Hasif, yeah? Okay, let's look at another example. I would like to share one more example here about optimization. Okay. Ni example of previous student dah lama dah. Dia dah kerja kat Intel dah, my student ni. Very good student lah. Dia dah kerja kat Intel Penang. Very good lah kan, buat kerja kat Intel. Okay, lecturer timetable optimizer using genetic algorithm with hill climbing optimization. Alright, ni tajuk. Okay, so these are step. It could be macam different sikit kan. So these are the research framework, research step dia. Dia ada preliminary work and data collection, system design and evaluation. So here dia more on optimization. Dia buat guna GA. So when she use GA, they need to develop the algorithm lah. The algorithm punya part lah kat sini. Betul? Dia kena design lah chromosome dan sebagainya. So let's look here. There will, okay, ni adalah general dia. And then this is the detail dia with the objective. Ni yang buat the operation ni. Boleh lah tengok. But this actually perform a survey before dia design the before data dia actually from the survey. So dia buat survey lah. They try to get data. Actually data from our faculty je benda ni. Alright? And then after that they follow, okay, the first objective is to identify the satisfaction factor. So dia buatlah ni step dia lah ni. Sebab this is the objective kan. So dia kena perform these steps for the objective 1. Right? So and then for the objective 2 dia buat to develop system that can produce the best optimal result for the timetable. So what they did is how to develop this. So they start with the start dia to identify problem representation, system design, system development. But how they identify problem representation? They design the fitness function and the solution representation. Macam you all belajar genetic algorithm kan. And then dia buatlah kat sini the output dia adalah solution representation and then come out with the fitness function. Okay. And then untuk system design, dia buatlah the flow of the system, the framework, the architecture for that system. Okay. And then the output is the design of the system. Lepas tu the development, they construct the optimization engine. Meaning that's the genetic algorithm lah using that particular solution representation tadi. So dia come up with the engine of the timetable optimizer. Okay. And then what she did is she evaluate the system. So dia gunalah testing step dia adalah testing the system using the parameter tuning and then dia dapat result system and do the report. Okay? Laju ke? But you can have this slide to see ya. You can get the idea So this is a developed system. Nampak tak dia punya ni? They have you boleh buat benda ni macam general 1 satu, lepas tu you boleh buat ni. Ini each of this you need to explain. You boleh nak buat je, nak pecahkan dia and then explain satu-satu. Okay, but you need to have this one kena letak sebagai table lah, table. Okay, table. Alright. This is example lah. Ni kita dah develop lah. Ni bila dah dapat idea tu lah nak buat GA dengan hill climbing kan. So this the flow chart of the genetic ni, the process lah after that. If you cannot do this, is okay for the proposal. And another one, if you use optimization, it is a very, very good, very excellent if you can your solution representation. You can give example of the solution representation.
Doktor tadi macam suara putus-putus, tak dengar part yang very good for optimization.
Okay. Very good for optimization apa tadi saya cakap? Okay, okay, I repeat lah I repeat this one. Like this is example, good example for optimization. Kalau siapa yang buat optimization, be a reference for this. Okay, a reference for you. And then this one is example of the flowchart of solution lah, of the solution. If you can have this kind of flowchart or flowchart ni, ataupun if you develop a system, you can have something like this. Okay, it is a very, very good for your proposal. Okay, something like this. You know already what you are going to do, because sometimes kan during the panel examiner, when they evaluate your proposal, dia akan tanya, you ni nak buat apa ni kan? What system nak? Are you going to develop system? Are you going to develop the model kan? So it is good to you have your overall architecture for your work. Alright. Okay, and then this is example of ni because dia buat optimization. Then this flow. Okay, and then another one for the optimization, it is good also kalau ada solution representation, meaning you can give off your chromosome. Okay, any more question? Ada soalan?
No questions for me, Doctor.
Okay, semua okay ke? Are you okay with the proposal? Everyone, may I know? Let me get some feedback lah. Sekarang ni tak ramai student yang masuk kelas ni, 27 orang. Mana lagi 10 orang?
InsyaAllah okey Doktor.
Yang hadir ni insyaAllah lah okay. Mana? Okay, let me see your attendance kejap.
Iqbal hadir.
Tidak attendance. Iqbal hadir. Tulis kat sini. Sekarang ni dah minggu 9 lah semua orang. Okay. So I hope you terus buat research methodology tu. Kalau dah agak-agak you have idea already buat ni, you kena ni please jumpa supervisor Request for supervisor to meet. Okay. Saya ada juga student request ni Hakimi ni. Buat online je Hakimi dulu. Ataupun hari Jumaat you boleh datang.
I think esok lah doktor, esok I datang.
Datang pagi ya, jangan datang malam petang-petang.
Okay, I datang
pagi esok I think I am okay tomorrow. Okay? Siapa lagi nak yang ada kat sini lah, yang ada kat sini boleh lah physical. If not, please request the supervisor to do Google Meet ke apa. Show your work, please show. Kalau tak supervisor pun tak tahu nak buat apa dengan you ni. Ramai pula yang hadir. Kenapa dalam ni ada 27, 23, 27 orang je? 10 orang, 9 orang. Sure jangan tanda kalau kita tak hadir Okay, please. Ni siapa dah tak hadir ni? Betul ke tak hadir ni? Amirul Hafiz. Bukan. Memanglah. Ya. Masya Allah, saya dah pening dah. Okay, betul. Terima kasih. Saya tadi pergi KL present our final product. Bukanlah final product present. I mean buat transfer of knowledge of our project. So agak pening kepala sikit. Okay, betul. Sorry. I talk 27 dan 37 pula. You all ada 30 je. Okay. Betul. So siapa yang tak hadir ni, please convey the message that ni kena hantar 24th your chapter 3. 24th tu dah minggu ke berapa tu?
Next week, Doktor.
Next week. Yang
Week
tu dah siap belum?
Belum lagi, Doktor.
Itulah, that's why saya kata you kena buat sikit-sikit, jumpa supervisor.
Hantar sekali.
Apa? Hantar sekali mana boleh.
Tak ada. Okay.
Hantar satu-satu. Okay, ni adalah research little chapter 2. Chapter 2 submission. Saya dah buat ni. Esok kan last day kan?
Lusa tak silap.
Buat Ahad boleh tak, Doktor? Sikit je Ahad.
Ahad boleh tak Doktor?
Sebab saya baru tukar teknik.
Allahu, kesiannya Natasha.
Saya pun malas. Saya pun malas nak ni sebab you all ni kena request jumpa supervisor. Sebenarnya saya supervisor, saya pun tunggu juga student. Memang kita ada time meeting tu. Tapi please do not just use that time meeting Kena juga. Saya balik Sunday pukul
12 lah.
Pukul 8 lah.
Pukul 8.
Oi, 8:30. After that, no more, okay?
Boleh.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you Doktor.
Buat dah.
On time submission.
Research methodology. Bila chapter 3 ni?
Kalau after cuti
Buat.
boleh tak, Doktor?
Supervisor saya dah plan dah untuk
Hai, ya.
waktu cuti jumpa dengan supervisor.
Oh, betul ke? Sama supervisor
Sekarang
saya
ni.
ke?
Supervisor saya dah
Hello. Hello, sekarang ni masalah dia ini time planning yang diberi kepada saya. Ini this is the planning yang diberi pada saya. So I have to follow actually. Tu pun dah extend kan. So yang ni bila boleh hantar ni? May I have of January?
Oh, boleh tu, boleh sangat.
Boleh.
Awal lagi lah kan. 31 lah.
31 Januari. Bukan Januari.
Iqbal.
You nak submit bila proposal ni? Tak lama dah nak submit, you know. Okay, let's look at our lesson.
Proposal hantar
Let's
week
look at
14.
our lesson plan. Mana? Tengok betul-betul.
Week 12, January 14.
That's why kita nak suruh cepat so that kita boleh comment you punya. Okay, tengok dia ni. So saya bagilah you all festive break ni. Kalau you pergi festive break ni pergi enjoy, baiklah So kita tukar ni jadi 31st of
Untuk plagiarism check tu kan, dia akan check guna Turnitin je kan?
Ya. Saya akan bagi kat you all. Saya dalam proses nak buat tadi tapi rasanya you all pun tak siap lagi kan.
Berapa
saya
dia punya persen yang tu kan dia?
Dia nak 30 and below but I would like to have 20 and below.
20 ya, 20. Oh, okay.
Yang below dia. Okay. So kat sini be careful of the ni. Okay, ni today kan. 23, 16 today. Okay, so next week saya nak tengok your methodology lah next week. Next week 23, 24 ni Tolong walaupun you buat literature review, use my example ni to create your table first. Can you do that? Create a table
Boleh,
like this.
Doktor, boleh.
Possibility.
InsyaAllah Doktor.
Ni. Orang tu jadi macam Natasha, okay? WhatsApp pula terkeluar sekejap. Sekejap, mana dah tadi? Ni. So, I would really want to see that so that at least kan you ada benda tu. Boleh? And then saya nak kat sini juga tolong untuk my student esok boleh jumpa saya esok saya I can meet everyone tomorrow. So please okay. I think supervisor lain pun dia menunggu-nunggu. Ada yang menunggu-nunggu nak jumpa student. Okay, boleh? Sebab end of this 3 Januari ni saya akan buat some reporting lah untuk you and bukanlah untuk you ni, tak, untuk tengok macam mana you meet with your supervisor lah, sebab kita tak nak last minute lah actually Okay, bila jumpa saya esok ni lah, tolong tulis kat group Izlin. Dia tanya, tulis kat group lah, takut miss. Okay, so are you clear about the research methodology just now? A bit lah to get the
InsyaAllah lah, nampak dia punya gambaran macam dia.
You know that I share with you this one supaya you get terus idea. Please do not just know about this and tak buat apa-apa. Yang penting is the action, remember? Okay? So kat sini 31st of December Okay. Kena buat lah. Okay, I will put here straight away the assignment of research methodology. So everyone see the assignment when to hantar.
Okay kan.
Bila? 31st December. Ni saya bagi sampai malam. Sebab masa tu you nak tengok mengapi kan. Sign.
Doktor kalau buat 2 Januari je tak boleh ke Doktor Ahad instead?
31st
Untuk
bila?
31st. Saya Jumaat.
Tak tu hari Jumaat orang berehat je dia. Kena hari
Apa hari Jumaat?
31st tu Jumaat.
Ya,
Takut ada
betul.
yang balik
Maksudnya
kampung.
saya tak buat apa-apa lah.
Ahad.
Baca Yasin. Buatlah kerja dulu. Lepas tu bacalah Yasin. Hari lain boleh buat kan. Tiba-tiba nak baca Yasin.
Hari Ahad tu
Kalau
Abdul
baca Al-Kahfi saya kalau baca Al-Kahfi saya okey. Baca Yasin
saya baca Al-Kahfi.
cepat sangat sih.
Saya baca Al-Kahfi je. InsyaAllah malam tu.
Betul kan? Al-Kahfi ni elok baca tiap-tiap hari.
InsyaAllah ada, insyaAllah.
Okeylah, saya letak
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay.
Alright.
Ni kena belanja saya makan kena macam ni. Banyak ni extend masa ni.
Boleh
saya tak
je,
akan
Doktor,
extend
boleh.
Kimi dah
Boleh,
mesej
Doktor,
saya
boleh.
semalam. Kata nak belanja madam esok.
Apa dia?
Kimi
Apa dia?
belanja madam esok.
Oh tak payahlah, saya lah belanja. Saya pun nak buat pahala juga. tak apa. Esok Jumaat you apa nak pergi solat dulu. Apa-apa pergi dah solat. Tahu kan datang kat mana? Nanti saya bagi location. Ni Abdullah dah datang hari tu. Abdullah kan Iskandar yang datang itu.
Abdullah
Nama
Iskandar.
penuh Abdullah
Nama dia
Iskandar.
Abdullah Iskandar.
Astagfirullah. Saya baik bukan Ali. Suka hati je okay, welcome. You are welcome. Saya seronok kat bilik tu. Bukanlah kita just nak meet kan. Okay. Alright, so if there is no more questions, then I think we end the class and all the best to everyone. Yeah?
Right. Take care.
Okay, please, supervisor. After this, I would like to boleh tak? Kejap sebelum tu. Sorry. I baru teringat satu benda because hello.
Ya ada.
Dengar.
Kejap. In the attendance ni, I would like to have to ensure that everyone, saya nak buat satu kolom kat sini. I would add one more column. Boleh tolong buat satu kolom kat saya sebelum week 10. Before week 10. Okay, thank you. So I need to know supervise SW meeting times, berapa kali? How many times that you meet your supervisor during sampai week 9 ni? Tolong tulis kat saya. Sebab ini pun sebenarnya, okay, I just nak bagi tahu you all bila supervisor you memberi markah, give a marks, there will be a column for supervisor punya supervisor mark lah. Kan, betul? So, please lah, jumpalah supervisor. So that supervisor kata, okay budak ni bagus, okay good kan. Benda tu pun is important. Saya buat benda ni bukannya nak tengok you all tu macam mana. No, just to have the idea kan. Macam tu. So nanti sometimes supervisor akan tanya juga pensyarah ni kan, yang mengajar dia kata macam mana, sometimes like that. I would love to say good. So please put this lah just for my record. Kalau kurang lagi saya kata okay, now lepas ni jumpa 4 kali dengan supervisor kan, ataupun berapa kali lagi. Yeah, so that you know I would really love marks good ni to everyone. So you need to put an effort lah. Okay, I good. Okay. So okay, bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Doktor.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Stay safe, Doktor.
Bye. Okay, stay safe. So, bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam, Doktor. Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Amirul.
Dah keluar.
the shots and I follow. Sunrise, but the night's still young. No voice, but we speak in tongues. If you let me, I might say too much. Your touch blow my vision. Your word and I'm just sitting. Even sober, I'm not thinking straight. Cause I move my face in love with you. I'm out my head so into you. And I don't know how you do it, but I'm forever ruined by you. Can't sleep cause I'm way too buzzed. Too late now, you're in my blood. I don't need the way you keep me up. Your touch blow my vision. Your word and I'm just sitting. Even sober, I'm not thinking straight. Cause I move my face in love with you. My head so into you. And I don't know how you do it, but I'm forever ruined by you.
Your touch playing with. I'm just leaving sober, I'm not thinking straight. Cause I'm on my face in love with you. My head so into you, and I don't know how.
Cause I move my faith in love with you. I'm out my head so into you, and I don't know how you do it, but I'm forever ruined by you.
Your touch blur my vision. Sure, I'm just in it, even sober, I'm not thinking straight. Cause I know my face in love with you.
Menjadi jago atau menjadi lenguh? Kedua-duanya meletihkan. Hilangkan rasa penat dengan Revive Isotonic dengan vitamin B6 dan B12 untuk meningkatkan sistem imun anda. Revive Isotonic dengan mineral dan vitamin. Atasi keletihan anda.
Face in love with you.
Face in love with you.
Don't know how to do it.
My head so into you, and I don't know how you do it.
Wih, aku nak exam dah baik.
But I'm forever ruined by you. Can't sleep cause I'm way too buzzed. Too late now, you're in my blood. I don't need the way you keep me up. Your touch blow my. 난 네 맘속에 midnight. 버튼을 눌러 지금 딱. 틱틱틱틱 짜릿함. Love bomb, my love bomb. I want it. 오묘한 구름이 덮쳐. I love it. 그 눈을 감아도 시간이 잠시 멈춘 것만 같아. 깜짝 놀란 난 숨을 참아봐. 이렇게 내 맘을 까누다 빠빠빠빠빠. 뭐가 어려워 저질러봐. 나 빠빠빠리야. 색다른 내 꿈속에 나. Turn it up, I put it up, 당당하게 내게다 난 다가가 with the wide world 한번 멈춰봐 So 어떻게 난 족속에 welcome 넌 몰라 나를 봐 바쁜 네 눈빛 속에 나 멈출 수 없는 떨림과 빨라지는 hot like boom 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 달콤한 랄랄라밤 랄랄라밤 떨리는 맘을 날 가득 채워 네 target 너의 향한 랄랄라밤 랄랄라밤 우리 비춰낸 이 순간 내 품에 안긴 세상은 이미 널 따라 움직여 이렇게 Oh baby baby 난 네 맘속에 wake me time 버튼을 눌러 지금 딱 틱틱틱틱틱 짜릿한 love bomb my love bomb 소리 내어 너의 눈빛에 날
yang perempuan ni duk alif usial. Macam kau tengok yang aku hantar kat main channel. Yang latest aku bagi tu. Sial. Dia add aku.
One touch and you got me stoned, higher than I've ever known. You call the shots and I follow. Sunrise with the next to you. No light and it's back times. If you let me, I must live it much hush hush. Cause I'm your touch, I'm just in it even sober. I'm not thinking straight. Cause I'm off my face and looking you and my head so into you. But I don't know how you do it. But I'm making you wait by you. Ooh. Can't sleep cause I'm way too buzzed. Too late now you're in my blood. Don't hate the way you keep me up. Your touch blur my vision. I'm just thinking even sober. I'm thinking I'm off my face. So loving you and my head. And I don't know how you do it. But I'm feeling ruined by you. Ooh, 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 by you. Ooh, ooh. I'm off my face.
Aku nak berhenti kelas, babi.
So easy. I don't know how to do it. But I'm still making you in by you. By you.
Usal lagi.
One touch and you got me stoned, higher than I've ever known. You call the shots and I follow. Sometimes, but the next day you
Apis, abang Apis.
if you let me say too much.
Tu siapa? Engkau?
Yang perempuan semalam lah.
Ya?
Habis scary pula sel. Lama-lama. Aku bergurau je bodoh semalam.
Dia memang perempuan ke?
Tak tahu aku. Ni aku rasa macam bapuk Thailand ni.
I love you. Minta IG lah engkau.
Aku. Nak minta lah.
Minta lah.
Instagram.
Dan masukkan dia dalam ni engkau.
Dalam mana? Dalam kita punya ni? Tak payah.
Kau letak bawah sleeve tu. Bagi dia tak boleh masuk watch that.
Aku nak gerak futsal ni. Aku dah tanya dia. Dia ajak aku call pula babi anak aku.
Kau ada mawek. Dia mawek Filipin.
Dia ajak aku call. Lepas tu dia suruh aku tengok apa. Dia main Apex. Macam babi.
Main apa?
Lepas tu dia nak suruh aku tengok dia main Apex. Lepas tu aku cakap malam ni tonight aku ada kelas. Lepas tu lepas ni aku nak pergi jogging. Babi tak nak aku call pula. Tak tahu bodoh.
Dia perempuan.
Mana awet tu nak ni doh, kadal malam-malam.
Kacau kau. Geli aku.
Entah, patutnya kau cakap boleh je.
Tahu
kau. My friend likes you.
Dia nak kau pun. Dia nampak kau gentle sekarang.
Ya itu.
Dia apis.
Dia apis nak teman ai oleh apis.
Dia kata dia tak ada mic kat laptop dia. Tapi kita tengok kalau aku minta IG, dia tak ada IG. Babi kencing ni fucker ni. Aku nak block. Babi geli sel. Aku kalau main dengan dia kan. Aku main dengan dia value dia. Aku baru